Ono cucina ese, está muy bueno cucina.
Ma flu coglio quelle capa culo. Guarda de mono. Ma flu. Non flu vanno con prima la in bagno vanno. Guarda ba. Io cucino ya ci. Ni ko ja ko wa weni. Guarda de mono ci.
I khoma na de. To ba goli clito.
Morago.
To la de do ya
clay kuri. Musiano ajejila. No clay.
Como le muevo como dar a ver o tu se ele trom se abare o me
toma da baquela
então na ba no foi e mau da o tu para me agora fa por me dar me agora jare aure do ko so
minha vida minha vida pra
ei
Hakuna
tá mais ba pegwe o tá lá aí na vai do bebê na botia la degna da sine não
ebe fiare bebê
e fiare nya bebê ele já que eu lá para o fiar com batu jeka e fiar como batu jeka na botia
e fiare va do come na iko no yo bete no te fe ko na te fe
ina te fa le gioco viaggi e che viaggi perché un momento da cano Iamo to fitte in bene. A fatto
Enya a be ko na be gelia.
Kalau nggak betul-betul je pun
Ko abe manya ni yo dilo kamera ni ngoro.
Nak ni mana yang dia betul-betul sama. Oh, nyata apa mau dia foto ko me. Kaya mo choy mo roja ko chama vasu no ko ri. Ko jolo kama varo. Ke mi bona de kwa ko pe ka pe na ba no ko. Mo ke asi o be je ni kamera.
Video camera menye foto ni abia no mo pon ka fono do yo.
Ko bi tek ma mo do bu ya.
Sorry, Manyari. Eh, nyako nyoblo le.
Johnny Nancy.
Oba sorry Manyari nyako nyoblo le. Hadu ati anyalo.
Johnny.
Ofa John.
Fito wele fita se na Chelsea.
Nunca fui nossa, na ilha de Nassanya.
Tipo ni boele.
Nyao ikalija.
Sebena tolo. Atamele. Igbe do mo o we to so na titi.
Amoyo rolo mo sisi ko lo mo don.
Dake igagbele mechi.
Ko be jala ba jira yo lo mo sisi.
Ezo amechichi aka igagbele mechi. Ni ta ebe mechi onye mechi ba do afide ko zu de video. Segede. Iya no kukwere no ko na mi. Ni segbe yenye vodu alo.
Hello, brother.
No joy. Epe mi anya. Fie mesema. Mo abuna mi ni adi maga. Nyanto.
O bola le bobe.
Endo iye bore. Ega bona. Mi tolo. Mi hijo de pecho ni mi tolo. Beji vie le bébé de sia. Do ji vu bore afida. E ji vide mi ni.
Ya le kale.
Ovana. Ovana.
Ya lo bubue. Ama mawe alo ayo le vodu me le benetu no jalo.
Agbenyo benya agbolo lo.
Ya gba mi le. Mere vodu mo to we alo bubu de le tefere.
Bubu de ga le tefere la fibu mwenye vodu mo to wa. Vodu mo to ko gbolo la.
O velo do me.
Ni viwe, ni viwe. Ni hode idoku ni adoku yo.
E viu uma cena não?
Me cai eu. Eu me cai eu. Não olha assim. Eu vivo mais tempo no meu olho. Ou seja, tu Banzolo.
Também não conta, mas eu vou contar isso.
Não, deixa isso. Ni ba. Ni kwa hada.
Ne be ja atwa.
Akpebra na voni.
Akpebra na voni. Ah.
Ji me yo me, yes, toco akabe ji. Kasa pero kujenyori. Rie tok ko ya. Ya lo no ko ya yo be jin ko.
Ya ko.
Ni be be ni vie le be jiro. Ni yan ka jo jo ni da. No cha hade se ko nya yon ko be jin ko masuba. Wala ya stock ko ya. Eye kwasi ko ya.
Anu hosi
Eye kwasi.
Ame hosi nu hosi onu. Mo hosi mo maka juro hosi.
Ya manyo.
Hosi.
Machina là.
Egbe obono sia.
Ba dogo ba buji na cry no be won na to be ahugbato won alo awon ni o be na cry eyenye vodu alo eyenye vodu alo na cry
Ke menye bia kokoro a oni yore.
e wo na ma da jeji bo no ba cry ko ba kefe
Are you ready?
Attends, non pas vivre. Non pas vivre, non John.
John Nyakufuren.
John Nyakufuren.
Lawrence
Wa mekanya politicien to go men. Wa mekanya.
Ndeko dio le. Ndakemia kwa nyere.
Nana tote jobo.
Nana magagule kama hayo.
Nana tote jobo.
Bana manenye politician. Neno ni ambomba. Ndio mikono ni Amerika. Nana dio le.
John no.
Mauna. Kama ndeko dio le. Ni dio no koni ya ono ya chone. Oh, we bro le woni mo le. Muko kani mele. Omo ga chwe ni o.
Ken ma ko banana. Ni ko banana na fa on no za ba on no ba.
Ne mi ba wo ni ani. Oh my God. Oh my God. We are watching my God. Oh my God. Ebe magawe no konka desi ale pepe ga
Allo parlement tu allo pajahon to atobia
parlement tu aya ni parlement tu aya tuture no peve dino ni pajahon to were no pe to dino no
Pajahon. Mo pajahon. Wa so bi ma.
Ye ko gbole la. Ni yo be mi awo.
Ene mbona mo.
Ye lo ngona pali meta. Ame wo nya.
Pali to wali trola.
Ye ma ya ko to bele ke.
Mi lo.
Aba me ga we olo ide kuku na.
Abeno yi ya kula jemli ya de kaya gbo le fifia.
Ni bro fi yo ba me de o chu ko da. Ni ya kai la beno yi ka me la beno.
Ya ke beno ya ko na ya beno.
Naga ko le lai.
Naga yi. Abanyo.
Mo jo pupo be na bali.
Tobi ebe no gbe na be de. Ame ti se enyo ga ke ma ku. Ga ke ne je ame yo me de. La wo no ade. E ku ayo fifi la. Esia. Ebe esia. Nkana ga na ble nu wo lo. Edo to me ba ikoko. Oh nya gboro le ebe de. Ne ga na ga na ble nu. Edo to me ba ikoko. Fi e menye gadu we de. Eba yi na o me gadu we le de. Nyemenya olo nyanya luko ka nyemela.
No yiko be na na la. Na be afia ma ya nto never wear.
Awo, mega fio. Egbolo le.
Ana fe ma to gori.
Mega fio, afia.
Anale.
Ama ke mi tu say.
Ni ko ene ko ya.
E ko juiri.
Ya, omagwa wona na mega. Obubu we chi. Na ajo. Na mabubu na ga no te ofe.
Mechi o lo ga. Amada be ku. Mechi o.
Emene falo. Majo.
O da ko yo ga ni ko.
Edga o beta ogle dongo be ga mega bele o. Egbele dongo. Ebe ga mega bele o.
Bebe ya ga yo. Ye dire kine ga yo. Ta ya nto. Ale iki
Aba fi chirore. Imengata enu wo. Ibi o chere. Imenjira odovo. Boyere ko. Efi do fi da echi. Imagata wonu. Ibi o chere. Imenjira odovo.
O de ti da. Egbe. Ele ya to. Be. O je to. Ya. Bẹ́yìn wá fẹ́ tọkọ bí. Ẹ yà dá sí má dá.
Ẹyin ni mẹsàn yá mi wà kẹ́nyà ìgbọ̀lọ̀ yẹ ó lè ní. Ẹ bẹ mẹ gà wẹ̀ o. Mẹ ká gbọ́ rẹ̀.
Ye ma va.
Mẹ ká sọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́ rẹ̀. Ó bẹ kọ́ ní dẹ́tí o. Agave.
Tutu ya mo ga gbolore.
Elle a si. Ni menyao to we do.
Te go ko gbene ibe ni dagbe no. O ko gbene ibe ni dagbe na me. Kwa me adu me no glo.
To we over the elle a si.
Elle ko ni.
E vi we le nyaglo. Abochi le nyaglo.
La quindi la quindi
Oba le egbe ere ni no. Oba yi de kuku na. E vi o le gbe jide. Yi vi o. Le ponu na ore. Le dogbe la ko re. Wa se gbe na ore. O façon le e we le te fero. Kafra. Faut qu'on fait la vie, que toi la fille. Le tabou. Vous dites, vous blanc, et ils sont et nous blanc. Et nous, il tombe blanc. Appelle livre toi. Des ils vont continuer, alors tu vous dois connaître. Écoutez, c'est mes amis. Mais il y a notre offre. N'a mais va il boit
Lawrence. Lawrence, you are my pass. Fufu tu ave mavade alo ke ave mari. Alo nu ka mavade fufu tu ave mavade na.
Nous sommes les Léo. Nous sommes les miens. Les miens, après une Kafra. T'es pas adré ou t'es pas adré. Ne coupe de mes cahiers. Et Vicao. Ma glory, il est Dieu. Mais à glory, il a titré, il nous vit à nos yeux. Et pour Dieu. Mais il y a le blanc, mais le coucou n'a mis l'eau. Oh, il y a le blanc, il est. Ne y est la bédé, il y a un ongo. Sur les choses, sur les niefona, Kayenji, Abafaji, Kafranilo, Afi, a view your wife and viewed. You are not you, the fool. Look at me, the fool. Look at me. Oh, my tete, look with you. Very. I no selo. Oh, when I no selo, Tommy. não sou só mais minha doma. Nhamenhão, cafra, nhamenhão, ainda como vai minha boa. Não sou só mais minha doma. Nem há de jogbe. Não me dere sul vai cortar. Ah dere.
Bariala.
Ah, c'est chomando.
Oh, hein?
Chomando.
Ah, mi pona umbrella e mi bena ya tefe.
Actually have it. Wole si. Oh, Zaza, il y a mon même.
Papa me fout.
Funaya.
Est-ce que vous pouvez?
Oh, il n'a pas quoi. Elle est quoi le faire?
Elle doit carrer off. Elle doit se rattraper off.
Soit tout le monde. Après, nous tournons. À fond, on va faire quoi? Fond, on va faire.
Aha, mas beleza. Eu fiz bem tu cá com bem que a colher. Não vi como bem tu cá, eu vi correr mais cá. O como ela causa de. Baba já. Gane be mano. Avouez à la nuit. Il faut. Mais à la fille, elle va donner. Il y a un couvert. Le couvert contact, comment quoi, comment on peut couler. Mais à non, non.
Ele su kukulu ya lete ya kukura jine edula ya odiyo.
Me vai dizer uma magia é a quem é bem mais novo. Oh, me manhã John quer lavar o player.
Zai.
Alors, mi oui, mi en train de faire des idées d'accord? Pourquoi la chine est là libre? Hein? Comment nous Melia, meto for aso mama kan de fojine to mo ko de bia. Mai mi afene. La ji bubue. Kokoro bu mo la shun ko ya we.
Do plire eye si ore.
Ni la ofere kan ni na che tu.
Ko fi ge ti o fi o wale. Rosa ma go mo to mo. Go mo le. E je ni ga o. Akpolo gbogbo mama so ba no.
Solo matala.
Uso cheron koga.
Solo que ya don come galo.
Uso cheron koga.
Solo que ya don come galo.
Uso cheron koga.
Usalo kaya don kolo galo. Gabriel. Usalo kaya don kolo galo. Sanu sanu matala. Sanu sanu matala. Usalo kaya don kolo galo. 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 E che pucola non è come da lui petamo no sono matala sono boli non fora a bravilari sono matala quel piede sono amoia momo sono matala usao piano colgalo sono matala sono matala Usalo tiene don coba galo. Usalo tiene don coba galo. Ito pera na bodano kulo. Ito pera na bodano kulo. Bodano kuwa. Bodano kulo bodano kuwa. Ito pera na bodano kuwa. Mito gbera na gbọdanu kwa. Mito gbera na gbọdanu kulo. Mito gbera na gbọdanu kulo. Gbọdanu kulo gbọdanu kwa. Gbọdanu kulo gbọdanu kwa. Mito gbera na gbọdanu kulo. Mito gbera na gbọdanu kulo. Mito gbera na gbọdanu kwa.
Enggak, kono ya anak mau nepot dah. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all Revolution Vodu Education fans and Africa Magic Temple fans, wherever you may find yourself at this moment. You are very much welcome to our Facebook live streaming, YouTube live streaming once more. Last week we were in Toby Bullet's shrine celebrating his feeding of Afa. We were actually supposed to be feeding our Afa this weekend, but then Bokor Bullet, we asked him to come and help us to feed our afa, since they are very, their shrine is mainly like, more of afa shrine than other things. So he had another, what do you call it, another engagement. So hopefully, maybe coming week we may feed our afa from African Magic Temple. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. So I'm going to pour a simple libation and then we will start. Oh, ago mauga go mauga go mauga mauga sobolisa. Ndo ago mauga kitikata. Ndo ago mauga se joto se na no me seti no me wo no bevi dokuno bevi me bien no me no bevi ogbena wo me no bevi me bien dokuno bevi ogbena se popoli po se da tafia se joto joto e yora ke me yoshe me ham furasho ko se mi furasho bete do ago yo braxas me yose ande ko do yo ta direto bevi me ku wo veso to kama yo do ago we me yo me no so je anyi do so kaka chikasi bo sha dre me la fa me ngbe akuya ku we nyagbe me jolo hono me yo ra ke we nya ngba me de for plan me do ka we nya bi me mate ko te kutega o me yo akan de chu kai ma le ba kan je ba kan zu ba kan tro ba kan me ni ma kan fi ba kan me ni ma ta ba ka ge ba kan we pa me gwa ha ja do lo ko pa ba le ji fi to la sun te do ju me mi nu da ho ba ba wa o ka ko ko me yo zango me yo nkulu yo ra ke wo jo pata jo ma ku afo ka me ko me chi me ko fu do me gwe ko ko kwa to lo fo me jo boni o hebe jo boni me to ya mo moju to am ko re pe be ni le pe me ko to ba jo tu zo ku bu no te ka jo pata be le afi e jo vo ba jo ni jo pata be fia jo pata me tro me gbe da mo lo abi fa gbe le di na jo pata na ya afi nya ajolo jo pata ya te pe me yo me se me gbo ji de to gbe de ta pa pe ti zubolu ajima ogboju kúrò lọ́jà lọ pé nǹkan mi valentine fẹ́fẹ́ mi va lójú na pé fún aago sápá tẹ́ mi yọ àti gẹ̀rì mi yọ gbọ́dọ̀ mi yọ fífẹ́ lọ fíà èyí mi yọ mi ga sísẹ́ gidi àsísẹ́ tọ́gbẹ́ gidi àhàhà mi yọ brahini mi yọ gbọ̀gbọ̀ tí mi yọ mi bẹ̀ fòlì bẹ̀ ó fòlì kókó mọ̀ rẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ̀gbọ̀ mi gbọdọ̀ kúrò ìṣẹ́kùn má kọ̀ọ̀mọ̀ ga tọ́gbẹ́ ni mi bá àhàhà ni mi kútó mi nẹ́fà náà mi gbòòrò na gbogbo nu nẹ́fà náà mi yọ tọ́ ni kọ́sípẹ́kù àkúbi ẹ̀yọ́ nù nyàkọ́sọ́ àgbàkú fóni kọ́ mu gẹ̀jẹ̀ tọ́sí ni amó sì fùsì jàm kọ́sọ́ àgbàkọ̀bra mama ni gbọ́dọ̀ yẹn gbàtọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ nàgbàkú kòfì àkúbi amẹ́nsà àdórí ẹ̀pẹ́ ń gbẹ̀pẹ́kù náà ó mi yọ ní apẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ ní bá xɔ àhà ní mi àná àkútó mi nẹ́fà náà mi sì à èyí mi yọ ẹ̀fọ́nyẹ Celestine yà wá àkúbi Catherine àkúbi ẹ̀fọ́nyẹ sẹ́sẹ́ kọ́jọ́ ẹ̀fọ́nyẹ yà ọbẹ̀ nà àkúbi àkútó mi nẹ́fà náà mi gbogbo rẹ̀ nà gbogbo nu nẹ́fà náà èyí mi yọ mi asra o e o mwa chicho ko be sisi ya pene kata pe mensa kuto mena fana me mayo awu no tuji Bokor tuji to mo tuji mayo kini hasa ko tuji ko bara so bara ko na mayo ra tete o Bokor adafli so so fa hu bo vi Bokor afacha wa joge kuto mena fana me gbogbo wore me na gbogbo mena fana me lo mayo hunu le va pa hunu le gbeyin avega ya no kuto mena fana me mayo to gbe anani tretu le jita tọ́gbẹ́ Abraham jivenu le tsabe eyɔ mi akeke eyɔ mi yɔ zapao tọ́gbẹ́ kavi simon kavi le fiatɔ le abedzi na si me yɔ mi akeke kuto me ne fa ɖe mi gbogbo ɖe mi ana gbogbo mi ne fa ɖe mi kple vi mi nɔ mia teƒe mi le Facebook live wɔgbe me le mia akeke yɔ mi dasi asi me na mi anɔ ŋgɔgbe na mi be nu sia nu mia wɔ gbe ɖe mia kpɔ vi ɖe le me ame sia me ne kpɔ vi ɖe le me xexe me godo ne kpɔ vi ɖe me eme yɔ abotsi sakraka me tsɔ ava abe adogo kotokoli ɖe kɔ ku me kɔ gbɛnugbɛnu to be no le tso ofra ntama ne fifi ko abisi nkra ko fito jabaku o tsɔ to akɔ fitsɔ he ko govi atra kable me yɔ mi eme yɔ tɔgbe ahugbatɔ me gba vodo to tora ho ebu ma zakpa za bi kuro nyɔ xɔtɔ ko si nyɔ xɔtɔ kere ku me yɔ akple gete ma kpe za ko tsi no kpɔ etsi azre mu no kpɔ etsi ŋɔnivɔ kpɔ etsi trɔvɔ kpɔ etsi tsivi tahe me di egbe kere he di egbe he kpe za di egbe za agutɔ be de kpe za di ke di egbe za ye nye wo li kpekpe eme yɔ mia pete vodu kokla ma fana go nufa bu ma jesu pẹpẹ tọmọsọ lẹnu ẹdá pa ìfìdí lọpọlọ gbẹ méjì eku méjì wọlé méjì dì méjì lọsọ méjì mọlì méjì abúlé méjì akala méjì gbúdá méjì sá méjì ká méjì túrúpẹ méjì túlá méjì lẹtẹ méjì tsẹ méjì fún méjì pẹlú tsẹ túlá méjì ọkọlẹwọ bí mẹkọ àtọwá dé lọnà tọwá dé ní ọdún mẹkọ yẹn nìsí agbẹdàgbẹdà mi bá tsẹ nyẹ Nibe iPhone ko ine Clubhouse. Yeah. Because I mean my calls will be coming into my normal phone and it will disturb the flow of what we are going to do. So try to change my listening to Clubhouse to iPhone so that I can be free from calls when we are talking. If you're much if you do. Odo code do that here. Okay. 73300. Facebook is from Jenna Renee Henderson. Say good morning to you all. Good morning to you, Renee, Jenna Renee. Thank you very much. And then we have Nimako Fred. Say please live from Volta region. Thank you very much, Nimako Fred. We have our sister Juliet Austin. Say good afternoon. Good afternoon, Juliet. How are you? Please, I have not forgotten your remaining work. It's only that, as I told you, my health wasn't that great. And what we'll be using is something more stronger than normal. That's why better we'll be doing it for you. But let me know how things are going on with you. Thank you very much, Juliet. And we have our big sister Oluchi in France. Say great day, Papa. With peace and love, my regards to the family. Thank you very much, big sister Oluchi, and regards to your family too. Then we have Vivian Baka in the US. Says greetings, Papa and AMT family. Hello, Vivian. How are you? And greetings to you. We hope you are fine. And then we have Montietel. Say peace, love, Papa and viewers. Thank you very much, Montietel. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining a section. We are a little bit late because we were trying to see if we will use iPhone so that we could get this thing very clear. This thing, because somebody advised me yesterday that our videos are a little bit, because of the transmission, maybe the camera or the phone is not that great. So our the clarity for the viewers, it looks very old, like it was in the 70s or 80s. So we are also trying our best to see if we can improve the quality of our videos. But today, unfortunately, we tried with the iPhones, but the iPhones kept freezing. We don't know why, and not only one iPhone, but we tried, we couldn't. So I may have to buy a camera. We did have one camera, but it does not have a Wi-Fi, this thing, or Bluetooth on it. So we bought all the accessories and everything, but it didn't really fit into what we are doing. So we have to look for money and buy a better camera, maybe next week if we are lucky. So thank you very much all for joining. And then we have Mario Young. Say good evening, Daddy and the AMT family. Greetings from India. Thank you very much, Mario. Nice to see you again. I'm very happy to see all of you here again. We have our sister Telly Marie. Telly saying good afternoon, Baba. Hope you and the family are doing well. Yes, we are doing our best. Thank you very much, Telly Marie. Telly. So let's begin with this, and my greetings to all in the clubhouse. Please, I hope you can all hear me now. Thank you very much for joining the section. So please send in the questions, and let me try as much as possible to answer Last week we were in the Volta region, and we couldn't answer all your questions because we were in somebody's territory and we didn't really control everything. Because the time that I was about to be answering questions, the drummers started drumming their drums, and there was no way I could just tell them that they should stop drumming, because it is not in my shrine and I cannot control them. So please, if your question wasn't answered last week, please, you can repost the question today, and then I'll try my best to answer you. Thank you very much. This is Christopher Voncujovi, your host.
Hello, Papa.
Yeah, hello, Shamba.
Papa, I wanted to ask a question. When a person has a pet, or like a person's dog dies, does that always mean that that pet took a hit for the owner?
No, I didn't get your question very clearly. Please come again.
So, Papa, when a person has a pet or a dog that dies, does that always mean that that dog took death for the owner?
Not always. It's not always. It is not always. It is not always. It is said in our tradition that when you have a pet and you are rearing a pet with you, sometime when some danger wanted to come, the pet will take your place or take the owner's place and die instead of the owner dying. Yes, that happens, but then that depends on the circumstances, in the sense that if it died for you too, you would know. And if it is just its own ordinary death too, you will know. How would you know if a pet dies and you know that it died because of you or it died for the owner? Is when you are in some difficult situation, challenges, which is a near-death situations, and then somehow your pet die and you survive, then you can now think and regard that one, the pet has sacrificed its life on your behalf. But then if there is nothing as such and a pet dies, it's normal death, just like how human beings also die when they are old or when they get sick. So it is not always that when a pet dies means it died for the owner. It is not always that way.
Thank you, Papa.
Okay, so take for instance, one time Senna was in New York, I was in Ghana here, and we had a dog. We had this Yorkshire Terriers, very beautiful ones we had, and the Senna liked one very, very much. We call him Gucci. So Senna was in New York, and he was about to take a train, but he missed the train. He missed the train, and he was going back to school, and he missed the train. But something happened. I think that day our dog died. That favorite dog of Senna, called Gucci, died. We don't know exactly what caused it. We realized that it wasn't eating, not knowing some bone had choked the throat or something like that, and then it just died. And Senna missed that train in New York, and he messaged us that he missed the train, and I think the mother just said, oh, he should try to get the next train. What happened is that the very train that Senna missed later derailed, and there was an accident. So it was good Senna wasn't in that train, and I think some people died, and that is why we can say that, oh, this dog died, that's why Senna was spared death. So in this way you can say that, yes, maybe the dog died instead of Senna died, because Senna could have been on that train, and maybe the coach in which he would have been the one that got that accident. But he didn't get in, the dog died, and Senna was safe. So in this kind of cases, you can say that the the dog took the death on behalf of Senna. But if a dog is just with you and die, you can't just say that it has taken your karma or it's died because of you. No, that's not it. Thank you very much, Shamba, for that question. And I hope people will understand it, or if it is not very clear, you can also bring out your follow-up question so that we can all discuss it and see. Thank you very much. Okay, we have Ifabumi Ronda Valentine Charles. They are the Ewe group of people in Trinidad and Tobago, saying greetings and good afternoon to you, Papa Christopher Voncujovi, your family and the AMT family, coming from my auntie Veronica Antoine, myself and the Rada Ewe family of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, big sister Ifabumi Ronda. Thank you very much to you and the Rada Ewe people in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm very grateful and very happy to see you here today. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much for joining us, and my regards to Auntie Veronica Antoine. Thank you very much, and to all the Rada Ewe people in Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks a lot. There on Facebook, we have Koku Agbeko. Greetings to all AMT team. May the ancestors keep you protected, guided, and strengthened. Ache, Koku Agbeko. Ache now. Akpekaka. So please post your questions and let's discuss them. And then let's all learn from one another. Thank you very much. Now my energy is coming back a little bit, and I think the next, God willing, we will try as much as possible to get our iPhones to do this work, so that the picture quality, the video quality will be very, very good, so that everything can be clear. I know you are all just trying to bear with us, even though the video quality is not good. The stuff we are giving out is good stuff, so that's why you are all hanging in there. But please help us, so that help us be there. God willing, we will do our best to get a new camera to improve the video quality. Thank you very much. Okay, Senna, is there anything in Facebook, Clubhouse? Anybody there wanted to say anything, please?
I think Nuku wants to say something, so let me invite him to come up and speak. Yes. Hello, Nuku.
Hello, Senna. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay, all right. Papa, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nuku. How are you?
I'm fine, Papa.
Thank you very much for joining this afternoon. Yes, go ahead.
I wanted to ask.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask. Could you talk a bit about how the cowries are used in divination in Afa? Like how it works out. Like I know it's a base 2 kind of thing, but I don't really understand it too well. So I wanted to know if you could explain it a bit more.
Okay, we just can only talk about it briefly, because even the explanation that I will give here will not be enough. Cowries are not mostly used in Afa, but they are mostly used in Vodu, and also as a divination tool. Cowries are not usually used. They are only used sometimes to support the Okpele, the divination chain, from time to time. But if you want to use the cowries, then you have to use 8 cowries, 4 in this hand, just like how the divination chain comes with 4 uni, and then 4 in your left hand. And when you throw it, the way it falls, when it fell by showing its face up, then you take that one to be 1. And when it falls with the face down like this, then you will take that one as 2. Because Afa is based on 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a binary system. So it's a 1, 2, 1, 2. So it is the 1, 2, 1, 2 that actually gives you what the reading is all about. So when you use the cowrie, you are as in Afa, you will use 8, so that 4 of them will represent one of the opele, and one line of the opele. We call it in Ebekpele. Then the other 4 will represent the other line of the Pele. That's how it is done in Fa. But then there is this one called Mary Dilogun or Dilogun, which is also something connected to Yoruba divination. And I think it uses all the Ifa oracles in the Mary Dilogun. And the cowries are thrown. I think there are 16 cowries that are thrown in the Mary Dilogun. And when they throw it, the way it falls, the diviner will be able to know what the story is. It is saying, or which boli, or which Ifa Odu that has fallen, and the diviner will be able to tell you it is. But in our Ewe Vodu, we use mostly 4 cowries and then 7 cowries. Like on my table, if you can all see it, anyway, in Clubhouse you cannot see, but then there are 7 cowries in my hand. When I throw them, the number that falls up and the number that falls down, or face down and face up, will determine the question I am asking to be positive or negative. So now I threw 7 cowries here, only 3 of them that are up, with face up, and 4 of them are face down. That means a no answer. So the more the face up is, the better the answer, or the more positive the answer is. And the more the face down, the more negative the answer is. So I think you will need a real tutoring. Senna had done some videos on the YouTube about the cowrie reading, and you can go back to the YouTubes and probably learn something more. If not, you can also check with Senna to explain them to you. So thank you very much, Nuku.
Thank you, Papa.
You are welcome. Thank you very much. Sarah.
Good morning, Papa. It's Tanya.
Hello, Tanya. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, and how are you too?
I'm wonderful. I have 2 questions.
Thank you.
One question is, so it's around like synchronicities. So I'll find like yesterday I went into the basement to do some laundry, and I was like, let me smoke a little bit of weed. So I smoked a little bit, and the ashtray fell off of the dryer and fell onto like where I have like windshield wiper fluid. So something said take it upstairs. So I took the windshield wiper fluid upstairs. 6-7 hours later, I went out, got in the car, drove out of the complex, and then my windshield wiper fluid lighter went off. So this happens all the time. I always get like a sign right before I need something. And I want to know if there's a way of, first of all, I don't know if it's like, I don't know how that communication is coming through. I don't know if it's ancestral, because I do a lot of ancestral work. And I don't know how to strengthen it so that the message gets through a little quicker.
Okay.
To me.
Yeah, Tonya, thank you very much. So usually, when you are not initiated, I'm using the word usually, is that some people naturally are having their sixth sense active without going through any normal initiation. But those people are very few. Such people can easily pick vibrations and wavelengths and information from spirit world quickly, naturally. But even such people need to be trained and also initiated so that they can know which information is coming and where the direction from where the information is coming from and how to handle the information. Some people are naturally born with that extra sensory perceptive ability. But then most people too do not have that natural ability to perceive and to hear or to see. Such people, when informations come to them, sometimes it's difficult for them to dissect it and also know how to put that information properly and to understand what they are to do with the information. That is why it is advisable that whether you are naturally a psychic or you have to develop it, the best way is to get some form of initiation. And initiation simply means introduction. You must get some form of introduction into spirit world or into psychic field, whereby you will be taught some guidelines, and so that when the information is coming like this is how to handle it. Or you will now, when the information is coming, you will now ask the entity that has been introduced to you or you have been introduced into to be able to tell you where that information is coming from and how you can also use that information to help yourself and to help humanity. So some of this cannot, even if I tell you now that, okay, this is what you should do, that's what you should do, and get it, it may not be complete until you get a very physical and a personal direction from someone who has been on the path or who had been a spiritualist or a psychic in order to guide you. So Tonya, I know it is not easy to come and get an initiation in Africa. It's very far away, and also the money involved is a lot of money. You may not easily be prepared to come and get initiation, but all the same, you can also approach people closer to you, try to look into the teachers that are around you, and if there's a way they can introduce you into any deity, spirit body, or some divine guidance or some ancestor that can guide you on your own line, that would be good. But if you cannot find anyone at all, then please start to use libation. Use the method of pouring libation, and with that you'll be asking your ancestors to open more of your pituitary gland, and so that when information comes, you will be able to know what it is and how to use it. When you are doing libation to your ancestors, keep asking them this, that they should open your eyes, they should open your ears, so that when any information that is coming from the spirit realm to you, you should be able to understand. And I believe very strongly when you continue doing that for some time, some doors will be opening and you can see the light. Maybe not the full light, but you begin to know certain things. And more so, also, you can do a reading and to ask the oracle what you should do to be able to keep your information that are coming to you in a way that when they come you can understand. There are so many ways apart from initiation But the initiation into a particular energy or spirit is the best. But you can use pouring of libation and asking your ancestors, and if you have any spiritual artifacts with you which you use for a spiritual guidance, you can ask them to guide you. If they are real, you will start to get the guidance. Or the final one I can say is that if all these things are not available to you, you can now do a reading to find out what exactly is coming to you and how to handle it. So Tony, and these are my little advice to you this afternoon from Accra, Ghana.
Thank you so much, Papa. It makes a lot of sense, and I will definitely look into it. I would love to come down there, but yeah, finances are a little tight to leave Canada and come out there right now.
I know. But ancestors will open the door when you keep asking them to do. They will open the doors for you.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My next question is really, really quick.
Go ahead.
So I have my sister is 6 years older than me, and our life paths are very similar. So right now I'm going through a separation. She went through a divorce. It was very similar circumstances. I find that like our relationships it's the same kind of path. It's like we have to learn the same lessons along the way. And and we have a very strong connection. So like if I think about her, she'll call me. Or if I'm at the grocery store, I'll happen to pick up something that I didn't need, and then she'll call me and say, I need to go to the grocery store for whatever it is that I purchased.
Wow.
So it's a very strange relationship that we have, and we kind of laugh about it. But I've noticed that our relationship lessons are very similar when we look back on it. Like,
I think
can you
that
explain that at all? Or?
I think that you and your sister might have had some a relationship in your past life whereby you both again came through the same parents this time to share and continue that relationship in this very lifetime. I think the two of you are here to support each other in your quest to become good and a better people, better humanity. So it's not a coincidence. It should be because I had that kind of relationship with my mother, and even though I was far away from her, anytime I was sick, she would know somehow. There was no telephone or whatever, but later when I get in touch with her, she will ask me. And the same thing with me. I remember when my mother wanted to die finally, like the second time. My mother died before, and I had to do things to bring her back to life. And the second time, and when that happened, I told people who were around me that she's going to live for another 2 years. And that's the time that I gave, that within that 2 years, we must do all our best to get any information that she can give to us. And also, if we have to show her love, and because within 2 years, she would not be anymore. I don't know how I knew that, but that's what I told my brothers, my siblings. So we actually did our best to make her happy. And then it got to a point one day I was in my office working. That time I have not really started my spiritual work seriously like this. Even though I had my shrine, it was mainly private to me and my children and only some close friends. I wasn't in the public like today. So I told one of my cousins that I think that my mother is going to die tomorrow. So I must go back to the village. And my cousin was asking me, how could you say that? I said, yeah, I could feel it, that there's something connected between me and my mother, and I always knew what was going to happen. So I took my wife and my children. Senna was very small. All of them were just small, and we went to the village. I think Senna was barely 3 years old, or going to 4 years. So we went to the village. And we got to the village, but it was already, the hospital gates were locked, And my wife was saying, okay, we should go into the guest house and then sleep and wake up the following morning to see my mom. And I told her, no, my mom will pass on tonight, so I need to see her. And she said, how could you say that? We got there about 12 midnight to the village, and we went, and I told them to go and sleep. So they all went to the guest house and they were sleeping. So I went to the hospital alone at that night. I gave some money to the gatekeeper that I wanted to see my mom, because it's very important that I see her that night. So the gate man allowed me. So I went to see my mom, and she could see me. She opened her eyes, but she was no more normal. So I had to put my Akain oil on her chest and on her head, and rub her with the oils, and then I covered her with a cloth that kind of a sheet that I brought with me from the city of Accra, and I covered her and I wished her goodbye and went back to sleep. So around 5 a.m. my eldest brother came and told me that our mother passed on. So I already knew. So sometimes there is this connection that you will have with people, either in this life or in your past life, and then again you bring it onto this physical plane, and the two of you share that. So my advice to the two of you is that you should both complement each other. You should really be protector of each other and try to go on the same spiritual path, and then whatever affects one will affect the other, as you were saying. So both of you should stick to one way, so that you can protect one another. Sometimes it happens. It's not very common, but it does happen. Thank you very much, Tonya, for that story, and you have brought my memories back to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Papa. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Same to you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we have on YouTube, we have Joe Dega. I say, rather family from Haiti. Okay, thank you very much, Joe. That's why. So you are from the Ewe tribe. I'm very happy to know that. You are also from there. That's why you ask the questions you ask. Thank you very much, Joe Dega. I'm very grateful. We are the Ewes, and we are everywhere in the world. Thank you very much. And the root of the Voodoo in the world. Thank you very much. And then we have Ifam Bumi Ronda again, Valentine Chas. You are correct, Papa. That is how it is with Mary Dilogun in the Yoruba. Thank you very much. And then if we have some, okay, we have Koku. And in the, please eat me. Thank you. Okay, in Ewe culture, when a woman pulls her clothing down and uses her bare buttocks to drag on the floor, it's a sign of curse, and it's a very serious curse, and that curse will come to pass. But then this is a dream, so I'm not sure whether in the dream also when you see that it comes into reality, and that also would depend on your dream, whether your dreams usually materialize on the physical plane or they don't materialize. So you must look at it from that angle. But if your dreams are dreams that materializes on the physical plane, then you must be very wary, and you must immediately do a reading, so that reading can give you a more clearer answer to what you have seen in your dream, and then you probably will have to follow that reading to clear whatever is being revealed to you. Because in every culture, when a woman removes her pants or this thing and uses her bare buttocks to drag on the floor, it's a curse. So please quickly find out from a reading, or if your dreams do not usually come to pass, then you can consider it as a dream. But then if they do come, make another reading on it so that you make sure you know what is happening to you. And next time when you have such dreams, let me give advice to all of you. When you wake up in the morning without speaking to anybody, go straight to the toilet bowl. Narrate all that you have seen in your dream to the toilet bowl, and tell the toilet that it's the one that takes all our negativity and our dirtiness away. And if this dream that you are dreaming is a negative thing, then may the toilet take that negativity away so that it never materializes on the physical plane. But if what you have seen in the dream is a blessing that is coming to you, then may it come to you as a blessing. But if it is a negative thing, the toilet should take it away. That's what you speak to the toilet bowl, whether there is toilet in it, there's feces in it or not, or just empty. Then you can choose to urinate on it and then flush it, or just flush that thing away, and it works very much. That's one of the Ewe tricks that we were taught from childhood. When you had bad dreams, nightmares, you go and do that. So Kwaku Agbeko, I believe you know this, but if you don't, please take this advice. Anytime you have these bad dreams again, whether they are in your favor or not, tell the toilet first before narrating it to human beings. Thank you very much, Kwaku, for that. Thank you very much. And then we have somebody under Kwaku. Who is under him?
Is it a Q or a popcorn?
Go ahead, Tonya. Is it Tonya?
No, it's Amber. Hi, everyone.
Hello, Amber. How are you?
I have a question about a dream.
Yes, please.
And my background is Haitian. I don't know if that matters. But I had a dream about a two-headed cat.
A two-headed cat?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was white. And I saw both heads of the cat, and it was very weird to me. So I picked up a stick, and I was hitting the cat with the two heads, and it just kept staring at me. Like, it didn't move, it didn't make any noise. And I just woke up, and I didn't understand the dream. But I did hear about, my aunt always told me when you do have a bad dream to flush it down the toilet. Like,
great.
You send it to the toilet, and you flush it down.
Oh,
but I didn't do that.
Your aunt should have been
there.
Your aunt should have probably your aunt's generation may be coming from the Ewe people, because that's what the Ewes do. I don't know whether other cultures do that too, but that's what the Ewes do. So I'm not sure, because two and a cat is it's a fighter. It's something that fights and stuff. But I don't know. I cannot understand you. But next time you have this dream, please do as your auntie told you. Flush it. Thank you very much. Okay, we have Enoch Kobina at Japan. Greetings. Great very much, Enoch Kobina. We are very grateful. And then somebody replying to Koku Agbeko was, I had a dream yesterday, and in the dream, is that Amber? Okay. One was she the one replying to Koku's dream? Let me bring it down. Okay, you are done with that. So replying to Koku was if you chop, you know, pay, go pay. So what is Oshie is saying to Koku Agbeko is that if you owe money to someone, maybe that you're sure you owe someone money or you ate food somewhere and you did not pay, or you slept, you did not pay her, please go back. That according to what Oshie Baba is saying, because some of these things are coming from experiences. So please, Koku Agbeko, go back into yourself, all that we are giving the advice, and see where you are falling short and try to do the right thing. We have Jane Tiffany Mamisewa. Oh my God, Papa, it was the same thing that happened with me with my grandmother. She opened her eyes, but I didn't say anything. Yes, sometimes it's a connect. You know, your Mamisewa, your grandmother, you were too close, and I could see her. I could see you in her, and when she was alive, I could really see you in her. You were just her photocopy that came back, and I think that your grandma was happy to have you as a grandchild, and she's working through you, or she's living through you, and luckily for you, you and her, you were born on the same day, and you are bearing her name. So there is no difference, because I look like my mother, and my whole physique and structure is like my mom. So a lot of people say that I am like, it wasn't far away from quite experiences. I do experience the same. So grandma, I knew your grandma when she was alive, so I could say it is not a surprise. Yeah, things happen like that sometimes. We just have to keep praying for their memory so that they can work through us while we are living. And then we have Ablavi Elizabeth Amaglo. Thanks for the advice. Oh, Ablavi, you are welcome. Thank you very much. Ablavi has two things there. Two. Yeah, okay. First was saluting us and saying thank you. And then she wrote it in words that thank you for the advice. Then thank you, and you are very, very welcome, Ablavi Elizabeth Amaglo. And then we have a Fosewonu. Can you reach granddad, transfer wealth to you in spirit? Go back to that thing, please. Go back. Can your rich granddad transfer wealth to you in spirit when you invoke him? I've never heard it before. Where your granddad's wealth before he's going to transfer it to you? Wealth is in physical world. When your granddad was dying, did he carry any money with him? If you are that wealth with him, so where do you want him to transfer it from to you? I have never heard anybody transferring any money to you. Transfer wisdom and knowledge to you, which may make you become rich or become wealthy. But I don't see where a dead person is transferring a wealth to you. I've never heard it in voodoo practice. They can transfer wisdom and knowledge to you, and you can use it. I work hard with my sword on my hands. How if I am to work, then it is my, if I am not enjoying anything to get, it is my laziness. So how come your granddad will send transfer his wealth to you when you invoke him? How are you going to invoke him in the first place before he's going to transfer that to you? Please let us be somehow very sensitive when we are asking questions here. I'm very sorry to say so, but that's the right thing. Thank you very much. somebody should feed the birds for me. Ask them, what's the time? Time. Okay. Then Sister Oluchi also saying, Papa, I want to ask this question. When I lay on my bed to sleep at night, on me, 3 lay beside me to sleep. Peace. It may be okay. I think that your cat is only trying to protect you, because it is believed in our African traditional spirituality that cats are very spiritual, just as dogs are also spiritual. And dogs are more like being, and cats are more like things that just walk. When a cat senses that there's going to be a danger or someone is going to die in a house, it is said in our culture, our Asian culture, that your cat will just disappear from your house for days even before a death will occur. It may come back, may not come back again, but we were told. So your cat going around you 3 times before lying beside you, it's trying to eat, so it should also protect. Replying to a fool who was laughing, himself was laughing. You are laughing after maybe some. I don't see your grandfather. I don't know. Was a money changer and thank you very much. Going to YouTube, we have a Lustig. Papa, good afternoon. What do you read something in person? There is between them. But the point is that when you do reading, it is not like physical. And the reaction of the person you are doing the reading for, you may not see the person's reaction. And but then it is about oracle falls, whether you are in person or you are online. It is that oracle about. We are not going to talk about anything. So whether your presence will influence the oracle, that one, because when money that will pick information personally or it was through a phone that you spoke on it, it does not really matter. But then when you are sitting in front of me and I am doing a reading for you, what I could ask you is, there are certain things that the oracle may be saying. I can ask you directly and ask you, is this thing real in your life? Have you been experiencing this? And if you say yes, then that's okay, that's what the oracle is saying. If you say no, then I'll tell you that, okay, but the oracle is talking about this. This is what the oracle has seen and is talking about it. So you should be careful what the oracle is saying. Make sure pray into what. So whichever way on they are doing it in person, I think the Odu or Afadu that talk about. Thank you very much, Lustig. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. And then a big sister Oluchi was saying, okay, the lady is saying, hey, the lady, it's been a while. How are you? It's been a long time. Haven't seen you here. But you are welcome again back to the AMT Live, AMT Revolution Live streaming. The Lali says, good afternoon to you, Papa, and your crew. What makes one's money to always be saying it is not fine during for kaka, which is dofwe? If your money is saying it's not okay, then you know there's something not okay. If you ask your money in a dofwe kaka, which is say for kaka, which is dofwe means do is to sleep, to for is to wake up. Dofwe, so when you sleep and you wake up and you do your reading, which we call dofwe or for kaka, which is the same, also is also understood. But the main word most people use is dofo, dofwe kaka. Is if your poly is saying it's not okay, then there is something that is worrying your poly. Then if you yourself you are doing a reading for yourself, you saw the dofwe and you don't understand, then let another a neutral person who is not you, because you yourself, you may be biased towards you, even though Afa may be saying something, but maybe because it's not happening, you are saying no, this could not be, maybe it is just Afa saying it. You must get somebody else involved, get some third party, second party involved to do the reading for you, and then find out why your money is saying that it is not okay. Sometimes there may be things you are eating and that is disturbing your money from taking good care of you, or the things you may be saying, or you might have gone to a place that your body doesn't like you to be there, but you have gone there without you knowing. So your body is saying that it's not okay. It's not okay means there is something that is disturbing your body, and that is what is causing that thing. So let another person get involved into the reading so that you can understand very well what your polling is saying to you. You say, the lady says, it's something I do experience. Thank you. So go ahead, get someone else to do the reading for you, because I personally do not do reading for myself. The reason why I don't do reading for myself is that I may be biased. There may be something that is very real, but I will be saying, oh, maybe it is Afa is just saying, or the Vodus are just saying it to control me or to keep me not to follow the thing. So I don't do my own readings for myself. There is a funny dude that says, I had that day, Atina Edokuyo means a very sharp knife cannot make its own butt or handle. Somebody has to, another knife has to cut around it. So it cannot cut, even though it's a sharp knife, it cannot cut itself. You cannot cut a wood to fix its handle by itself. So that's what it is. So it is advisable that you can go to someone else to do a reading for you and guide you. So I said, Bokor, I have a mirror, I have a far, I have crystal ball, I have a book, I have cowries. I do all these readings. But then when it comes to me, myself, I go to another person to do a reading for me so that I can get the accurate picture of what is happening in my life, and then I will tackle it as such. So Delali, I will advise you to go to another competent Bokor to do a reading for you. Then you will see what exactly your body is saying. Thank you very much, Delali. Say. Then we have our big sister Oluchi Osu, okay, saying, okay, thank you, Papa, with peace and love. Thank you, big sister, with peace and love from Africa, from Ghana. Thank you very much. Okay, is there anybody in Clubhouse that wanted to say anything?
If there's anybody on Clubhouse, go ahead.
Hi, Papa. It's Tanya again. One question.
Yes.
Is there a plant that you can use to help grow a business from the beginning, like from the beginning stages of a business?
You mean a plant?
Yeah.
I don't know any specific plant that you can use to grow a business from the very beginning. But I know that some herbs, when they are combined with other herbs, they become voodoo, and those voodoos can help you do business or change your business to grow it to get to the top. Yeah, there are voodoos that do that, but then voodoos are all made out of plants. So, but then it may not be a single plant. There may be some combination of plants. The people who have the knowledge can make that voodoo for you, either as a pomade to be wearing, or as a perfume oil to be wearing, or as something that you can pour into your business. I have had so many experiences with these ones.
Okay. Thank you so much, Papa.
You're welcome. Thank you too. We forgot to go to the factory. We have to find a way to go this week. The water factory. Okay, we don't have any questions on YouTube, and we do not have any questions from but then it seems like it seems like we are talking Jigbezan Sesoka today. We haven't seen him either on YouTube or Clubhouse. But if Tobe Jigbezan is somewhere here,
No, but we have one person here who has a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Baba. My name is Miss J, and I just have a question. I was born with intuitive gifts where I know when people are coming to the earth realm, and I know when people are leaving. And for a while, I was seeing like apparitions and like spirits, like in like broad daylight. So I, asked them to come into my dreams if they had any messages for me, and it was obviously it was like family. So my dreams have slowed down, and I don't get the apparitions anymore. And I'm wondering, like, I shut it down because I was afraid of the gift. And I'm wondering, how do I open this back up? And is this normally something that is herited from, like, ancestral, like, generation through generation? There's always somebody in the family who has this gift.
Yes, it is usually inheritance, inherited from your, either mostly through your mom, mostly through the mother who gave birth to you. If there is any these psychic abilities and what do you call it, ESP, extrasensory perception, or psychic perception, which you had, maybe coming through your maternal line, because mostly women are the ones who really harbor this big spiritual gift. So they pass it on through their generation. So when you are no more getting it, I think you need someone who also know to be guiding you, and probably first thing is to do a reading. Do a reading and ask that, okay, you are grown now and you are old enough to be able to handle this, and you want this the gift that was with you when you were young to come back, and what rituals should you do to be able to reactivate this gift. So I think that will be the best, and when that is done and you know what it is and the rituals are done, then you now continue with pouring libation to your ancestors, and then you can reactivate what you had and lost and it will come because it is never gone. It is there. And when you start working towards it, it will come. Because I also had all those things. Because I could even see when someone is going to cut themselves when they are working with knife or cutlass or machete or whatever. That moment that they're going to cut themselves, I know before it happens. And also when people are about to pass on, I know. I mean, I know so many things before they happen. But then I think I also inherited it from my mom and from my grandmother on maternal side. Yeah. So first thing you should do, Miss J, is to try to do a reading so that you can find out what to do to rekindle or reactivate that part of your psyche.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Hello, Papa.
Yes, Senna.
Thank you very much for your contributions today. And since you are talking about you inheriting from your mother and from your maternal side, I have a few questions about, so I just wanted you to speak about your mother. You always say that your mother was a spiritual person. She was a spiritual person. But was your mother a priestess? Or can you please tell us about what you remember about your mother's spirituality?
Okay, my mom wasn't a priestess, but my mom's father was a priest, and my mother's mother too was a priestess, kind of. I've never really met my grandmother or my grandfather, but then as I grew older, I was told the kind of work they did. And but then when I was growing up, my mother had always taken me to her aunties, cousins, sisters who were priestesses. And all her life, she was very close to spirituality. Of course, she herself personally had gotten some voodoos that are with her, but she being a Catholic, those things were more private to her than to the public. So I personally even didn't see what my mother had. But then if you know, Mauli, your elder brother would tell you that the time he was with the grandmother, which is my mother, my mom had some pots with water under her bed, and I think he used to bath them or for protection or something like that. But then I personally, my mother had taken 2 minutes when I was growing up because I was a child. So done for me here and there, some fumigations there, here. So my mom's parents, from the story I was told by my mother and also by my elder brothers, were spiritual people. So I believe strongly that's why I kind of inherited all this desire. Of course, my father's father were also spiritual on my paternal side somehow. But then my biological dad, because he went to school and was in the Bremen teacher and traditional practices, even though he was aware of it. So he went on to the European or the Hebrew kind of line, whether it was Kabbalah or my dad was connected. When I was, I always spoke about the narrow path. It was that to me. Sometime lifetime to he had read that book. That's why he kept it in his library. and he gave that to me when he saw me struggling with spirituality. So both my mother my father was very spiritual.
But so as a follow society, like even though she wasn't a priestess, because she would be somebody who psychically gifted, maybe society may look at her as somebody like a witch.
Yes, of course. Sometimes people may call your mother, even my siblings, my elder siblings, those who didn't succeed, successful in life, they sometimes will accuse my mother that she was a witch, and she made me, myself, another elder brother, and then my junior brother, the one lives in Germany. She made us become successful while she made them not to be successful. But unfortunately, that myself, my brother Tepe, and my senior brother Tepe, and then the late Tepe, they are all gone, and my little brother Tei Lawson. We never stayed with our mom because our fathers took us away, and we stayed with our fathers and their wives. We never had the love of mother as how children who have some problem and cry and run and cry to mom. We never had that. That's why we could not call our mother mother. We call her by the name that somebody's mother. We never mention her like mom. I mean, even as I'm grown like this, I can never call my mother, even though she has passed on, I never call her, oh, mom. I've never remembered to call her of the mother because we never grew up with her. So how come we, those who did not really stay with her, rather became successful, and those who stayed all were not successful? It was because we were hardworking and we were trained by different people to depend on ourselves. Because the mom, so that's what mom has to and do everything for them. I become lazy. So when a woman is spiritual in African society, if she is very powerful to protect her kids, a lot of people tend to call that woman a witch. I remember very well that there was a kind of a family fight whereby my junior sister, who is no more today, was attacking my mom that she was a witch. And I told my junior sister that I would rather have a witch as a mother than to have a mother who doesn't have power. Yes, I would rather have a witch as a mother. And I am very proud of that. And I'm not ashamed to say, if they say my mother is a witch, if she is a witch, why she didn't kill all of us? But I would rather have her as a mom. So, as a people